Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Yvonne. Thank you so much for watching. So today what I'm going to be doing is showing you a full face of first impressions, and it's all going to be from the drugstore. There's going to be one or two things that I've tried before that I really love, so if you want to see that, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is take off my eyebrows because I put on eyebrows to go pick all the stuff up, but we can't do that because I did get a new brow product to try. And then one of the first things that I got is the Flower Beauty Sponge. I have heard about it, so we're gonna open this up and see what it feels like. I've heard, like I said, I've heard good things, but I'm not too sure. I'm also not super picky with my beauty sponge. I just don't like it if it soaks up a ton of products because then it's really wasteful, and especially if you are on a budget, that's not the best thing at all, because I know I'm definitely on a budget and I cannot be wasting all this makeup. So first impressions, it's actually very soft, very similar to like a beauty blender. It's not too stiff and it doesn't feel very silicone-y, and it does have little instructions. It says the 3-in-1 blending sponge takes the guesswork out of makeup application so you get the most flawless and natural looking skin. Foundation application has never been so easy. We shall see. It's like someone took a bite out of it, but very pretty, lilac, very squishy. So I'm gonna wet this. It's pretty small as of now. It's about the size, a little bit smaller than my hand. So we'll see if it gets any bigger. I am back from wetting the sponge and it grew. It grew a lot. So if you look at it in comparison, it got almost triple the size. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but that's a big sponge. That's a big sponge. So we'll see how it goes. It actually feels even softer now, but I really like it. The beauty sponge was only, let's see, it was $10, so half the price of a beauty blender, and it feels really soft. So as long as it doesn't soak up too much product, I feel like it'll work well. The first thing that we're gonna try is the Makeup Revolution Duo Brow Definer. This was $5 at Ulta, so we'll see what happens here. One of my favorite brow pencils that is from the drugstore is the Wet n Wild. That one is pretty waxy, but I like it because I feel like it also tames your brows. So if you don't have a brow gel on hand, you just do that. It says Makeup Revolution right there. And other than that, it's just very sleek black packaging. I do really like that. And then on one end, you have a spoolie, which is what you usually come with. It's actually a really rough spoolie, like, wow. Sometimes they're a lot softer. And then, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like that tip. So this is the tip of it right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's like it's a triangle with it's rounded at the bottom. So that's very weird. It's different. Let's see what happens. Alright, so that's one eyebrow done and one so that is one eyebrow done, and then the other is still like my normal brow. I actually do like it. I feel like it gives a nice amount of color and definition. You definitely want to make sure you comb through it, because what I was seeing is if you don't comb through it, it looks very chalky and kind of splotchy in places, but I do like it. The tip right here on the end is really good for precision work. The only thing that worries me is if it goes away, if I can still define it really well, but it was really easy to fill in and actually really easy to work with, so I really do like it. So I'm just gonna do this eyebrow real quick and then we will keep going. Alright, so those are my eyebrows done. I like them. The only thing is, like I said, after I did this eyebrow, I went back in with the pencil and it was a little more dull. So it was a lot harder to really define this one. I do like the color of it though and how it worked. The spoolie was a little bit rough, but it is $5. So the next thing that I got at the drugstore is the Revlon primer. It is the Revlon Colorstay Prep and Protect. So we'll see how this works. Compared to like my Becca, this is 1 fluid ounce and this is 0.9, so just 0.1 less than a fluid ounce, which I don't know why they wouldn't just put a fluid ounce, but so it's like white and it has a squeezy tube. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's like a foundation. It's like runny like a foundation. Oh, it's white. It looks like sunscreen on my face right now. It smells like sunscreen. Does this have, I think it has SPF, does it? It says right there, Prep and Protect Primer Broad Spectrum SPF 34 Sunscreen. Well, somebody doesn't read. But I'm gonna mix this a little bit because, oh, that's like, I don't know if you can hear that. It's literally sounds like just liquid. I don't normally wear primers with sunscreen. It's not what I look for. And the reason why is it's good to have sunscreen and you do need to protect your skin, but it wears off. You have to reapply it. So even though there's sunscreen in here, that doesn't mean it's gonna protect your skin for 24 hours. The sunscreen only lasts about 4 hours, I think, if not a little less. Correct me if I'm wrong, and that just seems like it's good for the time being, but after that, it's like, okay, now what? Because you can't put more on. You can't put more primer on with sunscreen, and you can't put sunscreen on top of your makeup. So does it really matter? I mean, you let me know. It does matter, I think, but at the same time, it's only gonna be there for a little while, so it's not a make or break for me. Next, like I said, what I have is the Revlon Colorstay. This is in matte, and this is shade 330. Like I said, it's supposed to be 24 hours. Full coverage foundation, up to 24 hours of wear, no caking or fading, lightweight, and blends seamlessly. We will see. We're gonna use our Flower Beauty sponge. So I bought it from Ulta, which Ulta has testers for their makeup, which I absolutely love. I mean, the primer they didn't have a tester for, but for this one they did, so I was able to pick a shade that I think would work for me. So I think that's really awesome. I think more drugstores should have testers because it is still, I mean, if you have to buy 3 shades to know your shade, are you really saving any money? I don't think so, in my head. So this foundation does retail for $13.99, same price as the primer, and there is 1 fluid ounce in here. Oh gosh, please hold, I can't open it because it has this thing in my nails, won't allow it. I'm using my teeth, and if I get foundation in my mouth, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh no, I got it. Now I'll go ahead and squeeze it out onto my hand. There's already some on there. Ooh, it is thick. Ooh, she thick. Look at that. We're just gonna go in with the sponge right here. Oh, look at that. It's like, ew. That's a thick foundation. I may have grabbed too much. Let's see. Oh, man. And this color is probably too dark. But that's a thick foundation. The sponge, I like it so far. I don't feel like it's soaking up a lot of product, but then again, this is a thick foundation. Like, it feels thick. Oh, look at that. That's like... That's funny. You can see the, like, spots right here in my foundation from the sponge. Okay, so this is 1 layer of the foundation. You can still see like redness around here, my pimple or my zit that I had. You can still completely see my pimple, but this is with 1 layer, and you can still see like my redness along right here. I don't know. I still have a lot left on the back of my hand though from that little squeeze, so we'll see what happens. And it does seem kind of greasy, but we'll see. It might settle in really well, so we'll give it a shot. So this is with 2 layers of the foundation. It did cover my redness over here with the 2nd layer, as well as over here, and it's covered this pimple pretty well. but it does, I can feel it. Like I can feel it on my skin. It doesn't feel terrible. It doesn't feel like super heavy, but I can definitely feel it. So I'm used to wearing like layers of foundation. I like having the layers of foundation. If you like more of a lightweight feel, you probably won't be crazy for this. It is a matte finish, but it looks a little bit dewy. Like I feel a little glowy. This is a sponge after. I like the sponge. I don't feel like it's soaking up very much of it. The next thing that I have is the Revlon Colorstay, and this is just their concealer. It says light. I got it in the color light medium. As our latest Colorstay concealer with new time release technology. I don't know what that is. I know what that is for pills. Time release, I don't know what that means. Technology covers imperfections for a continuously flawless look for up to 24 hours. Okay, but what is it releasing? That's what I want to know, because that's a little scary. So this is it. That's cool. I like that sound. It sounds weird, so we're just gonna apply this. It also doesn't say how full coverage it is. Wait, I already said that. No, it doesn't say what finish or coverage, so we're just gonna put it on and see what we come up with. I still have that little irritation here. I don't know what it's from. Testing new makeup's probably not the way to figure out what it's from, but you know, we're just gonna roll with it. It just has a basic doe foot applicator, nothing too crazy. So it's kind of burning, like right here. I don't know if it's my irritation because I can kind of feel it on this side too. Okay, so this is the first layer of the concealer. I would say that it is very light coverage. I can still see my dark circles right here and right here. It didn't cover up very much and it looks a little bit dry. But like I said, I don't know what the finish of this concealer is, but it just looks kind of dry there. So I think this is kind of soaking up a bit of product. I don't know, we'll see. I'll have to try it with the foundation that I use all the time. Not doing anything. Like I feel like I'm adding it and nothing's happening. I'm gonna switch over to a different sponge just to see if that's the problem. I don't think it is, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna take my Real Techniques. It's a little bit damp, not too much, and we're gonna try again. Okay, so that looks a little bit better with this sponge. I don't know if you can see kind of what's going on in here. It's just not sitting right. It's definitely making my under eyes look very dry, and they're just not dry. So that's odd. And I burned my eyes. No. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set my under eye with the Wet n Wild contour. I really like the banana shade in here. This is in Dulce de Leche. Revlon concealer is $10.99. I know the Makeup Revolution one is cheaper than that, and it works a lot better. I mean, it actually covers, because I can still see my dark circles in here. But whatevs, we're just gonna set this anyway. I'm going to actually switch over to my XO Lisa Frank. So this one I got in a, it was either a BoxyCharm or a Birchbox or a Ipsy bag. It's one of those. That's where I got this. This is only $5 online, and it's by Glamour Dolls. So it's collab with Lisa Frank and Glamour Dolls, and I have used this before. I do really like it. It's a little more cool tone, so I can still use it to contour a little bit, but I can also use it as a bronzer. So we're just gonna go in with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take Caramel Toffee, and I'm just going to bronze with that so slightly. So I feel like it's picking up weird right here. I did it and it's looking very patchy, and this never does that. And I feel like it's because of the foundation. I've had it on for like 15 minutes now, and it is looking like very patchy around here, and I don't like it. This side doesn't look as bad, but this side is like terrible. So the next thing that we're gonna go ahead and use is my Milani, it's the powder blush in the shade Romantic Rose. Pretty little flower. It's a very neutral pinky toned blush, so it's not going to be too crazy, and I think it'll really match with the palette that we're going to try. Next, what I have to try, which I'm very excited for, is the Maybelline Lemonade palette. So that's what it looks like open. What I'm going to use to prime my eyes is just my Makeup Revolution concealer, my Conceal and Define. Okay, so now that we have that on there, all I'm going to do is the first shade that I'm going to take in the Lemonade palette is going to be this guy, so the Sherbert shade. I'm going to use that to put all over my lid just to really set the concealer. It's very matte, it doesn't have too much fallout or anything. Very translucent. You're not going to be able to see this color very much, because like I said, I'm just using it to set my concealer. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to take my M504 from Morphe, and I'm going to dip into Sunny's, which is this shade right here. That shade is very pale in color. I'm actually going to go in with Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea is the one right over here in the corner. So this is Sweet Tea. I'm just gonna pop that in my crease. I keep thinking there's a mirror right here. I can't see anything. That is you. So I am really liking this shade so far. It's a very neutral brown color, but it's not too warm and it's not too cool toned either, so I actually really like it. There is quite a bit of fallout. Okay, so now that I've built that up to about where I want it, what I'm going to do now, and we're just gonna make this a nice and simple look, nothing too crazy, is I am going to take a more defined brush, so one kind of like this. It still is. So like this guy right here, this one is by Glamour Dolls, so the same people who make the bronzer, the Lisa Frank bronzer, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop, I'm going to pop Ice Pop, this pretty pink red color, and I'm going to pop that on my inner and outer corner. So now that I've worked that up pretty well in my outer corner, I'm still going to add some more to it, but I'm going to go ahead and start packing it in on the inner corner here. And then I'm going to connect the two up at the top here. So I'm really liking that pink shade. It looks a little more red in the pan, but it is coming off pretty pink, but I'm not mad at it. I wanted to go for like a pink lemonade eye. So now I'm going to carve out my lid really quick so that way I can pop some of this Lemonade Craze shade in the center there, and it won't compete with the red, well, the pinky red. I am back now, so I went ahead and finished this side and then put the concealer right in the middle. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is just put Lemonade Craze right here, this lemonade color, right in the center. So we're going to pat that on and see how it looks. I really hope it has a lot of pigment. If it doesn't, I'm going to be very, very sad because it's going to completely change the way that this look is, and that's going to suck. So the brush I'm just going to be using is just a flat top brush, and it's by Morphe. So let's get going. Just gonna dip in and I'll show you guys. So when I dip in, there's not too much fallout. A good amount comes off on the brush, but it doesn't look too pigmented, so I'm a little worried. Okay, I am not mad at it by any means. I actually kind of really like it. I like that. It's pigmented, and surprisingly pigmented for like the drugstore. So now I'm just going to go in with Ice Pop, the pink, and soften up these edges. I'm going to go ahead and put Main Squeeze right here into the center. Really quick, I'm just going to swatch it. Ooh, that's very soft. Let's see here. I like that. That's very pretty. I think it's going to look really nice over the center. And for that, I'm going to use an even smaller, just little detail brush like this. This one's from Real Techniques, just to get that into the center, because I don't want it to blow out everywhere, so I don't want to use too big of a brush. The little brush, I'm gonna go ahead and just go in with my finger. If I just barely pat into it, that's what I get. And not so much fallout. Yeah, I like that a lot better. So I'm just gonna dampen this everywhere. And then we're just gonna dip into the Main Squeeze. Yeah, I definitely like that better. So what I'm gonna do now is just take Sunny's to give my brow bone just a matte little highlight. That one is very chalky. Alright, this little bit of fallout down here is giving me some trouble. I wasn't anticipating getting that there. So all I'm gonna do is smoke out the lower lash line, and I think I just want to use Ice Pop. We're just gonna go there. So I'm just gonna grab Ice Pop and really smoke out the lower lash line. now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is line my waterline with my Fake Awake by Tarte. This one is not drugstore. I haven't seemed to find one that's drugstore, so just ignore this. Okay, so those are my eyes all finished. Now all I'm going to do is really quick off camera pop on some lashes, and the ones that I have as well are from the drugstore. I grabbed the Ardell Wispies. I actually really like these, especially if you're a beginner. They're really easy to put on, and they're a really nice everyday lash. They're nothing too crazy. This pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it says 5 right there. So this pack of 5 for the Ardell Wispies was $11.99, but you can get one pair for around $4. I think it's a really good deal. I like them, so I'll be right back. Okay, so now my lashes are on. I'm going to spritz my face with some NYX Dewy Finish Mist. So I like this one to really set and lock in my makeup. I don't think it's very dewy, but it does really set in my makeup. It does smell like alcohol though. So we're gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna press in the makeup. So far the foundation is looking good. I still don't care for the concealer too much. Just because it does still look pretty dry in this area, and I don't feel like it's concealing my dark circles too much. The foundation, on the other hand, like I said, I am actually quite liking it. It does look full coverage, but I can see it sitting on my face. It definitely does have a matte finish. So yeah, that's where I am so far. This is the Retro Luxe Matte Lip Kit, and this is from Makeup Revolution. This one is in the shade Peach Charming, and it is a lip pencil and liquid lipstick. This retails for $9, and I saw this and I was like, I really gotta try that. It kind of looks like a Kylie lip. It kind of does. So let's open her up here. So this is what she looks like. I actually do really like the packaging. It is very lightweight though, you can tell. But it has the gold top, almost pinky gold top, and that's the shade. And then the lip pencil. This is the pencil. Oh geez, I can't do that at once. And that's what it looks like, very sharp. It looks like you do need a sharpener for it, so it doesn't automatically go up, and it just says Makeup Revolution. Alright, so we'll go ahead and try this out. See what we think of it. So right off the bat, the pencil is creamy. It does pull a little bit, but it is creamy. So I do like the liner. Next, I'm going to go ahead and try the lip. Just has a basic doe-foot applicator. It looks kind of pinky. Yeah, it looks a little bit pink. And it's crooked. Mine's crooked. What the heck? Alright. So we'll go ahead and swatch her. So the lip is lighter than the actual lip pencil, and I should have known that because it's a lip contour. It's not totally opaque. I can definitely still see my lips through the lip, through the color, so I'm just going to apply one more layer. So it is lightweight. We'll see here in a little bit how it dries down, if it will be transfer proof. I do like it. You can still see it, so it's not fully opaque, but that's not too bad. I mean, for $9, I don't mind finessing just a little bit. So while that is drying, we will go ahead and apply our highlighter. For highlighter today, So for highlighter today, I'm going to be going in with the Bretman x Morphe palette. Now, I really like this palette. You can get it at Ulta, and you get 6 shades, and it is still a very affordable palette. So today I'm going to be going in with Vacation and Mahu. Just mixing the two. Alright, so that completes this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely come back and see what's in store. I'll be posting 2 videos a week. Thank you so much for watching again, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye!
Dollars, I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? Bitch, I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look